That's why.
Now this cooker, you'll pull this cooker to, because you do catering.
Do catering.
Yeah.
And we do competition cooking. So this thing has been all over the country. There's very few states this hasn't been in. I've bought 11 tires in New Mexico alone.
Yeah.
On this, and 9 wheel bearings.
Right.
So yeah,
no
it's been everywhere. Yeah.
How long have you had this thing?
I've had it about, I think it's about 8 years now.
And this is a custom build.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of something that you designed.
Well, there was a basic design out there that had the tank and the fire thing in the back, but it didn't have all the bling, you know, didn't have all the stainless and lighting and stacks and all that stuff. I put all that on.
So with this thing, how many people can you feed? Get this thing fired up?
I can feed 1,000 people out of here.
No kidding.
Or 25 Texans.
Yeah, they must have awfully big appetites.
No, but I can really feed a lot of people, amazing amount of people. And as you know, I've got even a bigger, larger cooker here at the restaurant.
Right.
But this is the one that we take everywhere, and I've catered for thousands out of this thing.
Yeah. Well, now we're going to let the meat cook for a while, and when we return, we're going to go inside and we're going to learn how to cut tri-tip, because most people don't know how to cut it either.
That's right.
They don't know how to cook it. They don't know how to cut it.
It's amazing.
But I do know how to eat it. Meat's off the grill. We're inside, and you're going to show us something about cutting too soon.
I want to correct one of the mistakes you make.
Okay.
About pulling it directly off the grill and start cutting it.
Okay.
What happens when you cut these things, if you start cutting like that, what happens is juice starts running out of them.
Yeah.
Quickly, and you'll see just by what's left here. Of course, this is not going to do it, is it? But you can see how it starts running out.
Right.
Okay. Now these others we've let set.
Yeah. Now typically when you pull them off the grill, how long do you let them set?
I let them set about at least 10 minutes.
And they'll still cook because they've still got internal heat in them.
But you'll see how this stuff runs out quickly and it starts drying up. That's the problem.
Yeah.
When you cut it right away, the juices run out and the meat tends to dry up. This way it kind of rearranges and settles itself in here, and those juices stay in the meat. You'll see when I cut this, you won't get the puddle.
So these have been on for about 45 minutes.
These cook for an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, on my smoker. Typically on a grill, it'd probably be about 35 to 40 minutes.
Right. But then you want to pull them off and let them sit before you do anything.
Yes.
Pull them off and let them sit. Do you let them sit covered? You cover them?
Yes.
So put them in a pan, cover them, and let them sit for another
wrap them in aluminum foil.
How long?
Just like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
But at least 5 minutes.
Okay.
Some people say you got to be exactly 7. It's just let them set a little bit, let them rearrange and settle themselves. And then the cutting of these is the other thing I want to kind of demonstrate.
Okay.
The two long ends, you always want to start at the short point out in front.
Okay, so
you see the triangle.
So the tri-tip is a shorted bottom end, and then it comes up to a point.
So you want to start out here and cut this way in.
Okay.
Okay. You can actually, the muscle tends to have the grain running this way. Everything runs towards this point.
Okay.
So we try to cut to that. And you want to cut them thin. With tri-tip, cutting them thin is one of the ways to help make them tender. But you can see now the difference in the juice not running out versus here.
Right.
You can see how
you can see where the juice is that came out there.
Okay, that's from cutting them right away.
Right.
And this will sit here like this, but those juices aren't running out. They're in the meat. And you're about to find out about all that. Because I know you've been waiting.
Deborah's. Ooh, thank you.
And this is seasoned in the traditional way of the Santa Maria.
Out of sight.
You get a little bit of wood smoke flavor. You get a little bit of seasoning. The meat's tender.
And it's really not burned on the outside.
No,
you really
don't want
to burn it like that, because most people just burn the dickens out of it, and that really will affect how it's going to taste.
And you can set it up,
cut too.
Yeah, and in your grills at home, either charcoal or gas, you can kind of set these up on an indirect heat, which really makes a big difference. Because you want the finished product to be like this. You don't want it to be so burnt that you
So we get it off the grill. We get the base side to the what do you call this end here?
Which we talking about?
This end here.
I have no name for it. You have to make one up right now.
All right. So it's just like if it would be a pyramid basically.
A pyramid. If you think of it as a triangle or a hat. That's where you want to start slicing from that to the long ends.
Yeah, to the long ends. So basically turn it this way and then start cutting it like that, right?
Right. You want to come this way across it.
Yeah.
And you can see the grain in it. You saw it earlier when they were raw, how it ran towards this tip. Same thing. You'll see it right now. You can look in here and see how it kind of runs to that tip.
Sure.
So you want to just make sure you cut back.
Sure. And of course, it'll have different chewing characteristics if you cut it the wrong way, right?
And the rest thing we want to do with this meal is kind of give you the whole Santa Maria meal, which consists of the tri-tip with a salsa. It's a special California salsa.
Is this a pico de gallo?
And it's similar, but it's not the same. It's got different ingredients.
Okay.
It has things like green onions and celery. It's a little bit different than the typical. And then in Santa Maria, they grow this bean, this pinquito bean. And
so this is a regional bean grown in Santa Maria?
It's a very regional bean. It's like a pinto bean. It's a lot smaller.
Is this kind of like a barbecue bean? Or?
Yes, I'd say that's a barbecue bean.
Yeah.
And it's native to that area.
Yeah. I'm going to put a little bread on there.
Bread is a big part of it.
And then the salad.
And a salad with usually a French dressing of some type. And this is the California barbecue, like Sunset Magazine said. This is California barbecue. That's the meal right there.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, and it's pretty fantastic. It really
is.
Measure that against any barbecue of any kind in any region, anywhere really in the world, and this stands on its own. It's a good barbecue no matter what.
Here's a traditional Santa Maria tri-tip meal exclusively from Q and For You here in Clovis. Brent Walton. Now, you can also take a class on barbecue.
Yeah, we teach classes.
What's the phone number?
You can call here at 765-4078.
And you also have a website.
We have a website. It's the QandForYouBarbecueHouse.com.
QandForYouBarbecueHouse.com. Brent, thanks so much for being on the Valley today.
All right.
And wow, that is just beautiful. Santa Maria, California tri-tip meal.
Santa Maria Styler will have to sue you. You know that's the rule.
This is the Valley Today. Thanks for watching.
The Valley Today is a public service presentation of KAIL TV. Special thanks to Bob Jenkins for helping on this episode. If you want to learn more about tri-tip or other barbecue, call Q and For You and ask for Brent at area code 559-765-4078 or log on to QandForYouBBQHouse.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.